Let's start with unit number 2 in Foundation Course 3, and the name of the unit is Dealing with Environmental Concerns. Unit 2 Part B involves some locally relevant case studies of environmental disasters. We have come across many disasters in India as well as outside, which have caused a great havoc in the society. They have killed thousands of people, displaced millions, and have led to major economic losses. Let us see which are the major disasters which India has witnessed. The very first case study is about Maharashtra floods, also called as Mumbai floods 2005. Let's understand more about this. About the Maharashtra floods 2005. Maharashtra floods, also called as Mumbai floods, occurred on 26th of July 2005. The 2005 Maharashtra floods had caused flooding in many parts of Maharashtra, including large areas of Mumbai. There were 5,000 people who had reportedly died in the floods. In Mumbai, lakhs of people were stranded on the road or railway platforms, and many walked for long distances back home from work that evening. Thousands of school children were stranded due to flooding and could not reach home up to 24 hours. The following 2 days were declared as school and college holidays by the state government. The floods were caused by the 8th heaviest in India ever recorded 24-hour rainfall of 994 mm, which lashed the entire city of Mumbai and continued for the next day. Torrential rainfall continued for the next week. Some of the other places that were severely affected by the flood includes Raigad, Chiploon, Khed, Ratnagiri and Kalyan in Maharashtra and Goa. On 26 July 2005, local train movement came to a halt by 2:30 p.m. due to waterlogging on the tracks. Waterlogging and submersions took place in areas like Dharavi, BKC, Chunabhatti, Chembur, Ghatkopar, Milan Subway and Sion. The situation worsened when the cell phone networks went completely down after 5 p.m. Lack of public information added to the chaos. Radio stations and many television channels did not receive any kind of weather warnings. Suburban power supply was suspended from the evening of 26 July and it was restored only after the flood waters level dropped. The rescue and relief measures regarding Maharashtra floods 2005. The entire government machinery along with local offices of municipal corporation got into action for providing desired relief and rescue for restoring the city back to normalcy. The municipal machinery tried to organize safe evacuation of people through boats and buses. The evacuated people were sheltered in public schools. Community kitchens were started and free food grains were provided by the government of Maharashtra, municipal corporation as well as by NGOs and individuals. Power and water supply were restored gradually. Train services returned to normalcy on 28th of July. The BEST provided extra buses to Mahim and Sion so as to facilitate movement of people of around 1.5 lakh stranded commuters at the CST and Churchgate railway stations. Food packets and drinking water was arranged for the stranded people with the help of NGOs and other social organizations on the 27th July. Over 25,000 people were provided relief at 15 locations. The effects of Maharashtra floods 2005. The rainwater caused system water lines to add to decontaminate the water supply. Thousands of animal carcasses floated in the floodwaters, thus raising concerns about the possibility of the spread of diseases. Media reports warned of the threat of waterborne diseases. Further, there was distribution of free medicines. The financial cost of floods was huge, and these floods caused a stoppage of entire economic activities, including commercial, trading as well as industrial activities for quite number of days. Direct loss was of rupees 450 crore. The banking operations, stock market operations, as well as domestic and international flights were badly affected. The flight operations were shut for more than 30 hours due to heavy flooding on the runways. The rail services were also badly affected and all long-distance trains were cancelled till 6th of August 2005. 52 local trains were damaged, 4,000 taxis and 900 BST buses were all damaged. The second case study is on Bhuj earthquake, also called as Gujarat earthquake. About Bhuj earthquake, also called as Gujarat earthquake. The state of Gujarat was affected by a massive earthquake on 26th of January 2001. The intensity of the earthquake was in the range of 7.6 to 7.9 on scale, which took place for around 2 minutes. It was a major disaster leading to 20,000 deaths. Around 1,50,000 people were injured and nearly 4 lakh people were left homeless. Around 3,48,000 houses were destroyed. More than 20,000 cattle were reported killed. Government estimates that the direct economic losses was around $1.3 billion. Other losses may be as high as $5 billion. The areas that were affected due to this earthquake were Bhuj, Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Kutch, Surat and Jamnagar. It is said that the Kutch region has been noted for occurrence of large earthquakes since historic times. The third case study is on Malin village landslide. About Malin village landslide. On 30th July 2014, a landslide occurred in the village of Malin in Ambegaon Taluka of the Pune district, Maharashtra. The landslide hit early in the morning while residents were fast asleep. The landslide was first noticed by a bus driver who was driving in the area. The rains continued even after the landslide, making rescue operations difficult. It was believed that the village received 10.8 cm of rain on 29th of July, and this continued throughout the following day. Few of the causes of Malin village landslide are: the very first one is burst of heavy rainfall. It was believed that burst of rainfall was one of the cause of this landslide, which killed around 151 people. Another cause contributing to this landslide was deforestation in the area. Deforestation removes not only the trees but also the root structures that hold together the soil. Through deforestation, the soil of the surrounded land was made loose. Another reason was changing agricultural practices. Villagers had recently shifted from cultivation of rice to wheat. It contributed to instability. Further, construction of the nearby Dimbe Dam 10 years ago was also considered as one of the reasons contributing to this landslide. The instability of the hillsides was due to the construction activities. Rescue and relief measures undertaken for Malin village landslide. Emergency services were activated in the area. It included 378 personnel of the National Disaster Response Force. Members of voluntary organizations as well as local people came forward to help in rescue operations. However, rescue efforts had been affected due to poor road conditions and continuous rainfall. Case study number 4 is on oil spill, that is collision of MSC Chitra and MV Khaleejia. About the oil spill. On 7th August 2010, two ships, namely MSC Chitra and MV Khaleejia, collided with each other. That collided means they hit by accident while they were moving. It is said that it is an environmental disaster, and because of this, the Indian Navy and Coast Guard had to step in so as to look into this matter. Nearly 800 tons of oil was believed to have leaked out into the Arabian Sea and was seen floating close to the coastline, thus threatening marine life. There were total 8 main fuel tanks on the ship, and 2 of these tanks leaked tons of oil into the sea. Coast Guard helicopters have sprayed anti-dispersants to prevent the oil spill from spreading. MSC Chitra was carrying 1,219 containers, out of which 31 containers were having hazardous chemicals like pesticides, which could affect 200 species of marine life. Mangroves, which is of Navi Mumbai, are in great danger of being destroyed. The BMC has also advised people against eating of sea fish for some period of time as a way of precaution. Spill will hit Mumbai's biodiversity. This was an article which was posted on 15th of August 2010 by Times of India. Let's see what is this article about. The article reads that the oil spill proves to be hazardous, and thus it becomes all the more difficult for the natural systems to deal with a large amount of oil all of a sudden. Several toxic compounds are released into seawater in an oil spill, thus affecting many species of marine life in many different ways. These toxic chemicals, apart from suffocating all life, plant and animal, they also have long-term effects, that is, by altering breeding patterns and reducing, that is, stunting the growth of certain species. Further, it was also observed that several fish and marine creatures have consumed oil mistakenly, thinking oil for food, thus affecting marine life. Now let's see the effect of oil spill on different life forms. The very first one is of birds. It is said that there are over 350 species of birds in the Mumbai region, out of which 40% are migratory. The effect of oil spill on birds is that it affects birds' feathers, further affecting their insulation capacity. Birds which are likely to be affected in Mumbai region are sandpipers, plovers. Many of these migrate from Central Asia and Arctic tundra and spend over 7 months in coastal areas of Mumbai. The next effect of oil spill is on mammals. A large number of mammals in the Mumbai region have adapted to living in or off mangrove creeks. These include jackals, jungle cats, and common mongoose. The effect of oil spill on mammals is that oil can cause serious damage to their water-resistant compounds in the fur of mammals. Next life form is of reptiles. A rich variety of reptile fauna has been spotted in mangroves, especially snakes. Coming in contact with oil-contaminated water can be dangerous for most of the reptile species. The last effect is on other marine flora and fauna. Oil spills are known to cause severe damage to fish, crabs, oysters, algae, and many insects. About 500 kg of fish samples have found to be contaminated. Case number 5 is on chlorine gas leakage in Sewri, Mumbai. About the chlorine gas leakage. This chlorine gas leakage was reported on the morning of 14th of July 2010. The leak was observed at about 3:15 am in the morning. The place where it took place is known as Haji Bandar Hazardous Cargo Warehouse in the Mumbai Port Trust, Sewri. About 123 people were affected due to this gas leakage. It affected people in the neighborhood, laborers, port workers, and firefighters. All people were hospitalized. Chlorine gas is heavier than air and therefore it hangs near the ground for a long period of time, thus causing respiratory problems to the people staying in the affected area. It causes restlessness, throat irritation, sneezing. In extreme cases, lung tissues may also be attacked. According to officials, the leak occurred from one of 141 cylinders that was stored at the storage place. For over 6 hours, rescue and relief teams had really struggled to control the situation. The two main causes for this chlorine gas leakage is ignorance and negligence. It was also observed that no safety guidelines were undertaken or nor any safety systems were maintained at the facility. Managing chlorine gas leaks. Chlorine gas is stored in cylinders in a compressed form, and in case of any leakage, liquefied gas is released. Therefore, as a safety precaution, chlorine cylinders are always covered and the surrounding of the cylinders have to be continuously kept cooled. This would help in reducing the evaporation rate. The primary requirement for people who are participating in relief and rescue measures is that they need to wear protective clothing, which includes gas masks, fire and chemical proof suits, gloves and shoes. The 6 gas cylinders were degassed and 2 of them were dumped into the deep sea 40 kilometers away from the shore.